Well, it looks like we have a broken system here. It appears that we can't mount our root file system. We can't even boot into Run Level 1 to try and fix this. Reinstalling the system is not an option, since there is important data that we may need on this system. So what do we do? Thankfully, Red Hat has included a great set of tools on their install disk called the Rescue environment. We will pop the install disk into our drive and boot into the selection menu. To boot the Rescue environment, arrow down to the menu item for Rescue Installed System and press Enter. And now we boot into the Rescue environment. Just choose your typical options, and when we get to the Rescue Method page, choose the local CD and press Enter. Next, you will be presented with a question asking if we wish to start networking services for this system. We will choose Yes, since we may need to recover some files. Press Enter. Now we enter in our network information. Press the space bar to select the ETH0 device, then enter in an IP for your network or just use DHCP. We will go with DHCP for our example. Highlight the OK button and press Enter. Now on this screen, we are asked if we want to mount our file systems in read-only or read-write mode. We will go with the read-write mode so that if we find the problem, we can fix it and save the fix to disk. Highlight Continue and press Enter. This screen tells us that our system was successfully mounted and that it is mounted to the /mount/sysimage directory. Now, in order for us to have our changes saved to our system that we are trying to work on, we will need to first chroot the mount sysimage directory. Press Enter. Tab down to OK and press Enter. Now we are in a shell environment, so we can start working with the disabled system. So the error that we got when we were trying to boot our system was that the root file system could not be found. Let's take a look at the etcfs tab file. Before we do this, let's go ahead and chroot our root file system. And remember, it was mounted at mount sysimage. We will use the vim command for its syntax highlighting to help us locate any issues in case there is a typo. Now let's navigate to the line for our root file system. If we look at our option for default, we can see that it is not green like the others. In fact, the term should be defaults, not default. So obviously, we will need to fix that. Go ahead and make your change. Then save the file. Since we have a network connection, we can back up some data to another server, just in case we have further problems with this system. Let's copy over the important info file in the root user's home directory to a remote system. And let's copy over the var log secure file so that we can review it to try and find out who may have altered our fs tab file. Okay. Now that we have some data backed up, we can leave our rescue environment and see if our problem has been fixed. First, we need to exit our rescue shell. Then we can reboot the system. And there we go. Our system is back up and running, and we have some files safely copied over to another system. The Rescue environment is a very handy tool for repairing systems that you cannot boot into. You may not need this on the RHCSA exam, but it is an exam requirement to know how to use the Rescue environment.